Buying a home is the biggest financial decision for most people. So, no doubt it's very stressful and you'll have tons of questions about how to get a mortgage. Welcome to Introduction to the Mortgage Process. In under 10 minutes, I intend to cover the basic fundamentals to put you at a little more ease and to be comfortable enough to take on the first step. My name is Pauline Lee. I'm a licensed mortgage loan originator. Being licensed means I had to go through rigorous pre education and continuing education classes and exams. I also am required to pass stringent background checks on a regular basis because my profession is licensed by the state government. I've been in the mortgage business for about 20 years now in various capacities. I started in the business as a real estate agent. For 10 years, I worked hip to hip with buyers to navigate the home buying process. As a loan officer, my job hasn't changed much, but ironing out the financials is so crucial. So I find it rewarding to participate in this early stage of the home buying process. Having been in the shoes of a real estate agent, I find that helps me collaborate well with my realtor partners. Purchasing a home, whether it's your first or last, is a big decision and a big investment. For most, it's the most expensive transaction you could undergo in your lifetime. So, no doubt, it's a very anxious time. I'm here to field questions from both buyers and real estate agents. My presentation today is meant to just touch the surface. I expect a lot more detailed questions. Everyone in every situation can be unique, so please consider me a resource to get your questions answered. My goal today is to share the fundamentals of home buying, and as a result, you'll have the confidence to start the process of getting mortgage pre approved. With my help, I hope you'll have a smoother buying experience. Here's a snapshot of the mortgage process. I will go through each step for this presentation. A mortgage pre approval. This is undoubtedly the very first step you should get through. Most real estate agents won't start working with you without knowing that you're qualified to buy. Certainly, the sellers would not consider an offer without proof that you can close the transaction. If you skip this step, you likely would be wasting time looking at homes that are not within your budget. It must be done anyway, so why not do it now? Get this step out of the way so you can understand how much you can afford. Understanding your budget will allow you to be super focused on all other needs and wants of your home search, like how many bedrooms and baths. Do you need a garage? Are you considering a house or a condo? Is a multifamily an option? Based on these needs and wants, combined with your budget, what towns should you focus your search? Having a strong pre approval letter provides negotiating power. In fact, it's expected with every offer submission. A good seller's agent will call the loan officer to validate the pre approval. My preference when they call me is to be able to answer affirmatively that I had a thorough consultation with you, you have submitted all your documents, that I have reviewed them, and I'm confident that you can be approved for the loan amount required to buy the house. Everyone wants to know that the transaction will be successful. Here are the typical documents required to issue a strong pre approval. If you're self employed or have investment properties, I'll probably need more, like tax returns. It may seem a lot, but no doubt the underwriter will need these and maybe more. My job as a competent loan officer is to review and validate these documents with the same eyes as an underwriter. I will ask questions as an underwriter would and pre clear any conditions that I expect to arise. My goal is to pre underwrite the loan so that when we have a property under agreement, I'll be able to package up a thorough loan file in order to achieve a quick and smooth approval. After you've been pre approved, now is the fun part. If you don't have a real estate agent, I'm happy to connect you to one who's highly qualified to help you with your search in the areas that you want to be. Since you are pre approved and demonstrated that you are a serious buyer, you can expect my realtor partner to prioritize you and work in your best interest. Together, you can focus on finding the right home that fits your desires and financial goals. When you have identified a home that you want to pursue, your realtor will help you structure an offer and negotiate to help you win the bid. The essential elements to an offer include price, down payment, contingencies, and timing. Having gone through the pre approval, you should have an understanding of your target price and down payment. The most common contingencies are the home inspection and the mortgage. The inspection contingency allows the buyer to have a professional home inspection conducted within a reasonable time frame. Remember, there will always be issues, especially if the home is not new construction. If you're not completely comfortable with the home's condition, you can terminate the deal, usually without penalty, or sometimes renegotiate. As a mortgage loan officer, I highly suggest you keep the mortgage contingency written into your contract, especially if you need a loan to buy. This protects your deposit if for some reason your loan gets denied. Keep in mind, some markets have been so competitive that buyers have been pressured to give up these contingencies. If you're willing to risk leaving out the mortgage contingency and you don't have another source of funding, all the more reason to get a thorough mortgage pre-approval done. Time is of the essence. Timely performance of contractual obligations is crucial. Delays can lead to serious consequences, potentially allowing the other party to terminate the contract with financial penalties. My objective is to help you meet your contracted deadlines. A final loan approval can take 21 to 30 days if everything is in perfect order. So, being pre approved gets you more than halfway there. Your realtor will give you guidance on how these elements should be structured, based on what standard and how competitive the situation is. This is exciting. You found a home you love, the seller accepted your offer, and now you're under contract. You and I, as your loan officer, will reconvene. We'll sharpen up your loan application, update your documents, and submit to a lender with the best rate and loan program for your scenario. The underwriter will basically verify my work. If I did a thorough job, expect to have an approval within a few days. Most loan situations will require an appraisal. A third party inspects the property and assigns a value based on the property's condition and comparable transactions in the area. It's important that the lender knows what the collateral is worth. A title exam is crucial to ensure the legal ownership, the legal description, and all liens are cleared when ownership is transferred. If the property is a condominium, the lender will further review the health of the project building and financials. Expect an initial loan decision in 1 to 2 days. Although I pride myself for thorough pre-approvals, expect some conditions. Clearing conditions timely is highly dependent on your responsiveness. Be organized and be sure to reply to additional requests as soon as possible so we can address any issues. My goal is always to help you meet your contracted deadlines. If I feel I can't produce a clean commitment, I will communicate this to you and the team so you can start negotiating extensions if needed. Again, I'm highly reliant on your response time and initial preparation. Clear to close. Those are my favorite 3 words. When we have final mortgage commitment, we'll communicate with all parties, you, the buyer, the realtors, and the escrow agents, and prepare for the closing date. The escrow agent and lender will coordinate final numbers, which are summarized on a form called the closing disclosure. The escrow agent will coordinate with you, the borrower, to provide final instructions, including preparing funds that you need to bring to closing and signing the loan documents. The escrow agent will record the new deed at the registry and the property is yours. I hope you found this helpful. Again, this was meant to be a high-level view of the mortgage process. I'm sure you have more questions, and I'm here as a resource to you. Here's my contact information. I can also be found on various social media platforms. If you would like a preliminary consultation, I invite you to contact me to pre-qualify your budget and suggest loan programs. If all makes sense, we can take the next step towards a mortgage pre-approval. Schedule a consultation through the calendar link provided. Thanks for watching.